Elizabethton on this Monday, April the 6th. We've got a great Easter weekend. We did. It was a wonderful weekend. The 7 most important words ever spoken were yesterday morning, He is not here, He is risen. Boom. So, anyway, we thank you for being with us. Had a big crowd at church yesterday, and we struggled, to say the least, through the cantata narration, but we did the best we could, given the circumstances, right here, what we're dealing with, but that's okay. We're here. We got baseball today. 4:45 airtime, 5 o'clock first pitch, the Cyclones and University High, so we've got that for you today. And we got a show here today ready. It's National Championship night, UConn and Michigan. South Carolina got drilled by UCLA yesterday by 28 points. I'm not buying it, so I'm not sure. This doesn't make sense to me for them to play like they did against UConn. Maybe that was their game to beat Gino. I can see that. That would be motivation for just about anybody, I would think. But then to come back the next day, and I guess it's no discredit to UCLA, but you lose by 28. It's not even a close game. Nor was the Michigan-Arizona game. It was all billed to be the game of the year. Me included, thought it was going to be a heck of a game. Turned out to be a walk in the park for the Michigan Wolverines. So can you do it tonight against UConn? We can only hope. So anyway, that's going on. We got baseball. Busy day in spring sports here locally. We've got some college football news, some college basketball news. We're loaded, ready to go as always. So let's get it started with the national anthem. We've got guests. Randy's coming to talk about baseball. Leslie will be here talking about Sycamore Shells. We got Andrew McKinn coming by talking about the Braves out of the gate. Pretty good start. Could be better, could be worse. Talk about that. And also Shred Day coming up this Saturday at the high school parking lot here in Elizabethton. On behalf of Carter County Bank, we'll tell you all about that. Let him tell you all about that coming up. So here we go. We get it started. Let's see who's going to do the national anthem today. Boom. On the Tom Taylor Sports.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tom Taylor Sports Show. Got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tapless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide. And we've implemented it with hard work, behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now
Yes,
at all locations. Our locations are
they are in Rome Mountain, they are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office, and then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
social media. How do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or bemycu.org.
And the magic main number is
423-547-1200.
brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Tom Davis Sports Show and Cyclone Sports.
And back on the Tom Davis Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth on this Monday. Who's having birthdays today? Let's take a look at it. Billy D. Williams, the actor, is 89 today. Baseball pitcher Burt Blyleven having a birthday, 75. Actress Mary Lou Henner, 74 today. Don't know who that is. I do, but I don't. Yeah, I do too. She was in Taxi. Mary Lou Henner having a birthday. She is 74 today. And those are the birthdays again on this Monday, April the 6th. How many days till Christmas? You got 200 and... what we got here? Countdown to Christmas Eve is 262 to Christmas Eve. All right. Sunday's Women's National Championship, not much. UCLA cruised to a 28-point win over South Carolina. Get the first NCAA tournament title for the Bruins. They previously won an AIAW tournament in 1978, which doesn't matter. Because it does matter. It's changed. Now, the NCAA, 28-point victory is the third largest NCAA Women's National Championship game history. So, I don't get it. How do you beat UConn and come back the next day and get beat by 28? I don't get it. So, what are you saying, Tom? I don't know, but I don't get it. So, anyway, UCLA gets the W. Don Stanley in the post-game comments was all about Corey Close, the coach for UCLA, said, I'm so glad she won. She's a class lady. She does great, which is a direct shot at Gino, and it should be. He was a complete one of those in that loss. That was nothing more to me than a spoiled brat getting beat because he ran the table undefeated, and that's the way I took it. You win with class, you lose with class. He got whipped, got beat by 14. He couldn't accept it, and he went into the officiating. Okay. And maybe it was, I don't know, maybe he had it justifiable, but refusing to do what he did to Don Stanley at half court and get into a yelling match. That's all anybody's talked about this weekend. Of the tournament, UCLA and South Carolina was an afterthought. It was all about Gino going off on Don Stanley, and she retaliated. So, I'm not so sure if she should have just turned around and walked away. Like, look anytime we played, in any sport, anytime growing up, all the coach had he said, don't talk any trash. If anybody starts eating crap with you, talking any trash, all you got to do is say one word, scoreboard, and walk away, because that tells it all. So, anyway, that was the talk, and so she was very congratulatory about Coach Close and UCLA. And she said, we got handed to us. We got beat. A 28-point beatdown, that's a pretty good beatdown. Anyway you want to slice it. So, anyway, that's what happened. So they win it. Auburn defeats Tulsa last night in the overtime to win NIT. They got snubbed, they felt like. I don't think so, but they did. They felt like they got snubbed. They finished, what was the record? 22-16. But they went NIT over Tulsa in overtime, 92-86. So they, of course, went, and Virginia Tech, Seton Hall, Belmont, San Diego State, some of the schools said, no, we're not going to NIT. It's a slap in the face. So anyway you want to look at it, they win it. They keep playing and playing basketball. They had to get there to defeat South Alabama, Seattle University, Nevada, and Illinois State. And so they finished at 22-16. So congratulations to the Auburn Tigers getting out of the SEC. Hello, Becky Muncie. How you doing? We're here live at Chick-fil-A, and Elizabeth will take a break. He's here ready to go. We'll talk a little Shred Day coming up. coming up this Saturday. If you want something shredded, personal or business, place is right over our shoulder across the street. And that would be, of course, the opportunity to have it shredded compliments to Carter County Bank. And we will talk about that, and we'll do that with him, and we'll talk a little Braves baseball. Orange-white football game coming up this Saturday in Knoxville, Neyland Stadium. Their final week of spring practice had a scrimmage on Thursday, and so the final hoorah, the Orange-white game this Saturday. We'll talk about that with him. He just take on Tennessee football and the Braves. Andrew McKeon, our good buddy, joins us right after this break on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live here again at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on Wednesday, here today in Elizabethton. Here's Molly. Molly's going to talk about trays, even though it's football season. She talks about it in this commercial. It's still a good time, anytime. It's a good time to get a tray. Here she is to tell you about it on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Andrew McKeon next.
Talking to our buddy Molly Hurley from Chick-fil-A. It's football time in Tennessee, the late John Moore would say. On a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon or even on Sunday to watch NFL, you can get your trays from Chick-fil-A. Tell us what we can get
Yes,
there.
you can. You can get nugget and strip trays, fruit, salad, mac and cheese. We've got cookies, brownies. We've got wraps and veggie wraps. And then we also have our sub sandwich trays that have our cold grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato. Those are really good. And if you're getting it for a Sunday for the NFL games, you can also get the nuggets and strips chilled, so that way we'll cool them down for you, give you reheat instructions, and you can pop them in the oven and have them ready for your party.
How do we order? How do we get them?
You can call the store at 423-297-1266, or you can go online or use your Chick-fil-A app to place an order online.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, 423-297-1266. Our buddy Molly Hurley, marketing lady from Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports.
Guest number one on this Monday. He's here. He's in the house. Our buddy Andrew McKeon. Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Rocking and rolling to the break of dawn. Isn't that a song? I think it was a song. Rocking and rolling to the break of dawn, I think. So, anyway, hello, Johnny Markle. Hello, Becky Munson. Muncie. Down in Union County, we got baseball for you. You get to hear your grandson today. 4:45 airtime. The Cyclones got beat on, what did we play, Saturday, Friday? Friday. Good Friday we played, got beat. And Chucky Doak's a pretty good baseball team. They're 10-6, and so we let that one get away, but can't discredit. They got a pretty good team. So we'll see what University High brings today. They are 12-7. We're 7-12. So at this point, you're trying to get fine-tuned and nailed down for the tournament, right?
Correct. You're trying to figure out which pieces go where, and it's I hadn't heard how Jack Blevins. He pulled a hamstring Friday. I hadn't heard how he is, so hopefully he's light strain and back pretty quick. But then you got to figure out, you got to move some pieces around to get a second baseman in there. So
yep, he hobbled off the field, and I need to call his daddy and find out what's going on. Of course, we'll know tonight by the game time. So hopefully he's okay. But it's just a little pull in the hammy, because you pull a hamstring. I mean, that's in any sport. You pull a hamstring, you're going to be on the shelf for a while. But it's a significant injury.
well, they said grade 2 is what they're saying Luka's got in the NBA, and he's saying 30 days. So
yeah. Wow. So anyway, he was going into second and pulled up lame, and so we'll have Cyclone baseball against University High at 4:45 today. National championship tonight. Michigan and UConn. Who do you like and why?
I don't like either one of them, but Michigan, I feel like just from watching them play, I didn't keep up with them much during the year, but over the last couple of weeks, you can really appreciate what they do. If the Cadeau guy plays like he did Saturday, what's the day? Saturday night they played, and the big guy in the middle, Mara, he's just near impossible to stop. I mean,
Yeah.
they just throw it towards the rim, and he just goes and gets it, and they just destroyed Arizona without Lindenberg or whatever his name is. He played he had 13 points in 15 minutes or something. So I mean, he was barely out there. And they still destroyed him. So it was amazing to watch because I thought Arizona was, almost unbeatable for what I'd seen most of the year. But
It was Build Game of the Year, and it was anything but that.
no, it was
So-
But then you've got UConn, and they just don't lose in the postseason. They just believe they're going to win, and they just keep hanging around, and they pull it out.
Yeah.
So
Michigan, and I think it's right before 9. It's like 8:49 tonight.
8:40. Yeah, I mean, I won't be up when it's over. I can
No.
promise you that.
No, I'll probably catch it tomorrow morning, the highlights.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Michigan, UConn tonight. Yesterday, South Carolina went and played UCLA, got beat by 28. I just don't see that.
Yeah.
You got to sell me better. Sell me on that one because you beat UConn, and they were undefeated and beat them by 14. Had the whole game pretty much their way. I mean, they dominated the whole game. Come back 2 days later and get beat by 28 points.
I know that's crazy, wasn't it?
Is UCLA that good? No.
I haven't watched enough to know, but they basically had new starters there too. I mean, those are all transfers that she's brought in there, and they did well. They just destroyed South Carolina.
Yep. Transfer portal, by the way, for college sports starts tomorrow. College basketball starts tomorrow at the end of the season for the guys. So we're going to see who goes where and who picks up who, and it's going to be like a carousel, a merry-go-round trying to establish whoever's going where because they'll be going everywhere. And it's all going to come down to this right here.
Yep.
The school's going to give you the most money. It's where these guys are going to go. So we'll track that best we can tomorrow. So you're taking Michigan tonight. I am too. I'm pulling for the Wolverines to win this thing and beat UConn. So I went back, watched a couple of my shows. I thought, okay, who cares? If they win the game, I don't like Dan Hurley, but if they win the game, train rolls on, keep on trucking. So if I'm not that bitterly opposed to Dan Hurley, I don't like what he does. I don't like but he can coach. Obviously, he knows what he's doing coaching, or somebody does on that bench. I would assume it's him. So if they win it tonight, great. If they don't, that's okay too. Sun comes up tomorrow, Lord's on the throne, and we keep on trucking. Tennessee football, orange-white, Saturday. So they had a scrimmage last Thursday. Heupel talked about the defense really rising to the occasion. So we're still, I think, trying to do a filling out process with QB, right?
Yeah, I think last I heard was neck and neck between the true freshman and the red shirts, and we'll see how it goes. But I would think McIntyre's got a leg up just because he's been in the system longer, but who knows? So we'll see what happens.
Yep, orange-white Saturday at Neyland Stadium, obviously, to wrap up spring practice. Then you get into the summer workouts and, kickoff. You look at it and you laugh. It's not that far away. I can tell you, football is right around the corner and fall's right around the corner. But we're going to enjoy spring and April the 6th for now. But it is ticking away every day, getting closer to the kickoff for Tennessee football and all college football. So we've got Braves baseball going on right now. They'll go into L.A. and open up a series night against the Angels. What's your take on the Braves right now?
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, our pitching's been really good. We're still not tearing the cover off the ball. We've had a couple of decent games, but the pitching's been top notch for as many people as we've got hurt. I think Chris Sale's doing Chris Sale kind of things, and he's right there in the middle of it. Every game that he starts, we're in it, and they played really good yesterday until we got walked off late. So. I think we're in a good shape. You're not going to win it in March, but you can put yourself out in a bad spot, and you can put yourself out of it in March. So, March and April. So I think we're doing the things we need to do to stay afloat until we can get some people healthy and see where it shakes out at the end.
Sale gets to start tonight, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
He's undefeated at 2-0, and his opponent, Jose Luciano, is 2-0 too. So, two undefeated guys early. So,
yeah, but I don't think the Angels are tearing the cover off of it either. So
No.
This will be one of those classics we're expecting 3-1, and it's going to end up 13-12.
yeah, it's a slugfest.
Yeah.
Tony Vitello gets tossed first time yesterday. The Giants are really struggling at 3-7, in their opinion. By the way, they're 1-6 at home, and so Tony Vitello gets tossed yesterday, arguing a call, and so a lot of frustration right now in the Giants camp.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got to be. I mean, with him and the way Tennessee's played over the last couple of years, he's expecting more of himself and more of that team, and. Obviously, when you're in the majors, I don't think there's a team that goes into it and says, we're just going to stink this year. So, there's a lot of pressure on him, and I'm sure that's boiling over some. And, we'll see what happens. But and hope he does. Hope he's very successful out there. But right now he's not where he needs to be. And you got Arizona, Los Angeles, and the Padres. I mean, that's no cupcake
No.
division. If I was going to pick a division, that's not the one I would go into.
So the three hottest teams right now are the Yankees at 7-2, Milwaukee's at 7-2, and the Dodgers at 7-2. So those guys are ripping the cover off the ball right now, as Andrew alluded to. So another full week of Major League Baseball starting up. We have lost 3 people this week that are involved in the Elizabethan family and Elizabethan community. You start with the obvious, Dan Britt from Big Dan's Barbecue. His funeral was Saturday. Cecil Nelson, a longtime Elizabethan guy, of course, worked Lingerfield Drug Center, passed away. His service is tonight, I think it is. And also Kathy Smith, the wife of the late Danny Smith and the mama of Justin and Tracy from Physical Therapy Services. We lost her over the weekend. So we've lost 3 folks, 3 good ones.
Yeah, we've lost some really good people in town, and you always hate to see that. Kathy sat behind me in church every Sunday, so just saw her the week before. It's heartbreaking, and Justin and Tracy are good people, and you just hate and feel for them and the grandkids and her sister Sue and Suzanne, and it's just tough.
It is tough. So it's the brevity of time. When you see this, you go, you really ought to try and be nice to everybody, because one of these days you're not going to be here.
Yeah.
So, and Kathy, it was unexpected. Cecil had been sick. Dan certainly was unexpected. So treasure every day you've got, because you ain't guaranteed the next one. That's bad English. Treasure every day you got, but you're not guaranteed.
Plain talk's easily understood. Is that what they say?
My father used to tell me when he get that belt off the hook, he'd say, plain talk, easily understood. But yes, so Shred Day, here it's coming up this Saturday. And you have an opportunity. You got a bunch of stuff, either as a business person or as a personal information you want shredded. I know where you can go, where you should go. And it's going to be this Saturday. Tell us about it.
Yes, sir. It's this Saturday from 9 to 12 down at Elizabethan High School, right in the corner near the Tweezy Trail and Dairy Queen. We'll be right there. So you can just come bring your boxes. Just if you want your boxes back, we'll dump it in and give you the boxes back. Or if it's something that you don't want, we're going to have a dumpster down there so we can recycle the cardboard as well. So we're not going to throw that in the landfill. We'll recycle that. The Shred Day, usually we fill up 2 trucks, so it's a pretty steady line from 9 to 12, and it's always exciting to be down there and get rid of all this stuff for the people of our community. We have people come from all over, and it's neat to hear the stories that they tell us. This is my mama was a pack rat, and here's her bank statements from 1975, or something like that, and they just dump stuff in there, and they always like to share, how long they've been a customer of Carter County Bank, or how long their dad has been a customer of Carter County Bank. It's just a good day just to see our customers out in a different setting.
As the bank president, what is the rule of thumb? I mean, how far back should we keep stuff? I mean, records, and is there a magic number? 10 years, 7 years, 5 years?
7 years probably would
7
be
years?
sufficient with all the technology these days. I mean, if you needed a copy of it, you could get it really, really easy too. So we tell everybody 7 years. I mean, I think that's the legal term for bank records as well.
So from 2019 back, if you've got something 2019 or earlier, it's shred eligible.
Yeah, correct. You got it.
Plain talk.
Yeah, but I don't, I don't follow that rule. I've still got stuff from way back, but just because that's the way I was raised. My dad had stuff from way back, and I've got stuff from way back. So.
Yep, I've still got check stubs when I worked at the car wash in high school. Ran into them the other day, and I'm thinking, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So we got some stuff needs to get done and get shredded, and you can do it this Saturday, absolutely free. And numbers, I mean, it's really the tonnage is really pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy because they said, a couple years ago we did 12,500 pounds, and 1 year they told us it was 15,000 pounds. So, I mean, when we fill them up basically every year, so you're looking at 12 to 15,000 pounds of paper that we're getting rid of, and that's just amazing to me. They said saved 128 trees, 2,850 gallons of oil, 52,000 gallons of water, and saved 30,000 kilowatts of energy.
Yeah.
I mean, just sitting on there for 3 hours. So, if we can get that stuff and we can get rid of it and get rid of it in a good way, good for the environment, good to protect your financial, there's a lot of positives comes out of it.
It's a win-win for everybody,
It
really.
is.
So, again, the hours are
9 to 12.
9 to 12 this coming Saturday. Rain or
Yep.
shine, be down there. Of course, I think the weather's supposed to be great. So, It's race weekend, so they are for once getting a good weather forecast. It's great, including Saturday morning for the shred day. So 9 to noon on the parking lot of Elizabeth and I. You'll see the people. Bring your stuff. What do we need to bring it in any particular? Is a bag? Or?
No, some people bring it in Tupperware totes, and we'll hand them back to you if you got it. Some people bring it in a Walmart bag. Obviously, we'll just throw all that in and shred that. And some people have it in banker boxes and cardboard boxes. Some people want them, some people don't. Obviously the Tupperware totes most people want back, but we'll dump it into a secure bin until it's time to throw it on the truck, and we'll get rid of it and give you whatever back that you want. And if you just want to leave it there with us, we'll get rid of it and recycle it.
It's a no-brainer. If
Yep.
you have 3 bags full or a handful of letters or whatever you want to get shredded,
Yep.
matters not.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
We have people that bring in the back of their truck full, so
Yep.
you just never know.
Never know. That's why they're there for 3 hours.
That's exactly right.
Shred Day. It's a yearly event, annual event. Again, it'll be on the parking lot of the Elizabethton High School. It's open to just people in Elizabethton. No, anybody and everybody, right?
You're correct. Yep.
Come one, come all. So if you're listening and they've got them all over the Tri-Cities, bring it over here on Saturday, and he'll be there, and some of the other folks will be the employees. And
Yep, we'll take care of it.
is that a shredding? Is that a good way?
Well, I mean, this it looks like more of an explosion because they have a camera on the truck, because I've watched it a few times, and so they take it up in there, and you can just watch it on that video, and it just
Boom.
yeah,
Gone.
just obliterates it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
disintegrates
there's no,
it.
yeah, it's crazy to watch that stuff split out. So
Wow.
Yep.
So there you go.
I'm sure it's more technical than that. But
Yeah.
it just looks like a bomb's dropped in it.
Yeah. What'd you say about the words? Simple words.
Yeah, plain talk's easily understood.
Plain talks, easily understood. It blows up, explodes. All I know is my papers are shredded.
They're not going to be able to put it back together.
No. Like Humpty Dumpty.
That's
no,
right.
It's gone. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thanks, Tom. I
Get you
appreciate
some lunch.
Well, I appreciate it.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're here live at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on show number 2474. We're cranking it to 2500. We're number 2474 on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Shop here at the Eagle Center for the spring and summer.
Hallelujah for spring and summer, right?
Right.
So we have a lot of things for your home to add to your decor, both indoor and outdoor. Pictures, pillows, mirrors. We have furniture. We have all kinds of Easter decor, all kinds of gifts for Mother's Day coming up after that. So it's a wonderful place to shop. I have 48 vendors, and they keep things moving, keep things fresh, bring things in all the time. We have old things, new things, all things in between.
Where do we find you on social media?
We're on Facebook under Eagle Center Co-op and on Instagram, Eagle Center Antiques.
Hours are open.
We're open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday,
Things tell a story.
when people no longer can.
Our great sponsor. Come downtown in Elizabethton and shop. Think spring and summer at the Eagle Center. Be loyal, buy local, and buy at the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports, the Eagle Center, downtown Elizabethton.
Insurance. How can you help us with auto insurance?
Well, one of the things Horace Mann was started for, Tom, back in 1945 was to provide auto insurance for educators. They came up with the idea that if we could put a group of school teachers together in one company, their cars would sit in a parking lot for 10, 12 hours a day. Friday and Saturday nights, they're home grading papers. They're all college educated. They have a tendency to be better drivers because they set an example for their students. And knowing all those things, we'd probably have less claims. And so we're able to offer better insurance rates because of that.
And so, if you're a teacher, an educator, you want to come here and get a quote because of that, your quotes and your rates are typically better than other folks, right?
That's right. And we also do a couple other things for educators. If they were to get into an accident while they're on school business, we don't have a deductible on that, Tom. They won't have to pay a deductible. If somebody vandalizes their car while it's on school property, they don't pay a deductible for that. If they get into an accident on school property, we waive the deductible. If they get into an accident with another Horace Mann agent or a Horace Mann client, they're going to not have to pay a deductible also.
It's good stuff. So if you need more information, go to social media or give him a call. How can we get a hold of you and find out more?
Yeah, you can just call me here at the office at 543-0059 or go to horacemann.com on the internet, and you'll be able to find our office here.
There you go. One of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, the good folks right here at Rick Walters, Horace Mann Insurance.
At Chick-fil-A Caraway Village, we always look forward to seeing Ellie. Nick also.
Ellie just gets excited and bolts right towards them.
She loves to come and get the bag and trots right back to Nick.
We never even had to ask them to hand her the bag. The team members just automatically knew to do it. It was just that little thing, that level of customer service that kind of blew my mind.
We're just really glad that Nick shared Ellie with us. We take care of our guests, whether they're two-legged or four-legged.
Back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show, she's here, so she's ready. The queen is in the house. Mrs. Blevins, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you
I'm
doing?
doing good. Thanks for stopping by and talking to us.
Well, thanks for having me.
You're a sports girl, so tonight is the national championship.
Yes.
Michigan and the Yukon Huskies. Who might you be pulling, or do you think is going to win, and why?
I always pull for the underdog, and I feel like UConn, to me, is the weaker of the two teams. I feel like Michigan is loaded. Even though UConn does have some experience with the national championship, they've won some, I still feel like it's going to be very tough with Michigan's. They've just got a large depth of team. They've got several off the bench that are also really just amazing players. So I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think Michigan's probably going to win, even though I'm pulling for the underdog, who I feel like is UConn. And I like that coach. He kind of had a little, buzz around him there. Was it the Elite Eight or whenever they won at the end of the game?
Yep. Dusty May, by the way, the Michigan coach, has said no to North Carolina. Tommy Lloyd got a contract extension over the weekend. He said no to North Carolina. Nate Oates, Alabama coach, was kind of in the talking stage, or they were trying to talk to him. He said no. Alabama gave him a contract extension. So, these guys play this pretty good. I mean, they hint, well, we may be leaving. No, don't leave. And they give them a pay raise. So they're all three staying. So now North Carolina's talking to Billy Donovan, come back out of the pros and coach. He won back-to-back championships with Florida. So he's now at the top of the list, what I've been reading, to be the new coach at North Carolina. But the point is, Dusty May, the Michigan coach, is not in the running now. He said, over the weekend got a contract extension, and I'm staying put. So there you go.
I did not know all that.
Yep, so he's staying home. So there you go. All right, the ladies, UCLA beat South Carolina by 28 points yesterday. I'm thinking, I just don't get that.
I was shocked.
Yep.
Even though I knew that tall, I think she's 6'7", is it Betts? On UCLA.
She can play.
I knew that she was going to be tough. But South Carolina, has that reputation, and they've, of course, been to the championship a ton. I love Dawn Staley, the coach, and so I really thought South Carolina was going to win by a large margin.
I
It
did
was
too.
completely opposite.
I don't know. It looked like their championship was against UConn when they beat Gino.
Yeah.
It was like they left everything in that game because they played okay. But
Yeah, and then I think Staley and Gino had some words after the game too.
They had words, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So-
he was in the wrong. But anyway, that's behind us, and UCLA wins it. And so tonight it's the men's national championship. She works for Northeast Community Credit Union. She is our buddy Whitney Blevins. So we've got a car loan going on right now that's a really good car loan. You guys who are feeling it, you get a lot of loans signed up, aren't you?
We are, yeah. It's been a great loan. We're running it through the end of this month. We've got rates as low as 4.49. So if you're in the market for a car or refinance your current car to get a lower rate, or you got a little equity in your car and want to refinance, you might benefit in two ways. You get a little vacation money because vacation's coming up too. Summer is right around the corner, so I know I'm trying to plan my vacation right
You're going
now.
to the beach. I care where you're going.
I'd like to.
You're a beach buddy.
Yeah, that's one of the idea spots for a vacation, but I'm trying to nail something down. So we've got vacation loans that start off this time of year. We do $1,000 for 12 months. We've got really great interest rate on that. Still actively running the car loan special at 4.49% interest. So we're still doing that, and maybe running a line of credit special coming up here in the near future. So this time of year is good. People start doing stuff to their home and making improvements or whatever the need may be where they're working outside. So a home equity line of credit is always a good option whenever you are trying to do some major projects around the house.
Absolutely. And there are folks doing, I know a couple of people are redoing their bathrooms. I know one's building a screened-in porch. I know someone's adding a deck to the back of their home. So those kind of things can run right to a HELOC.
Oh, yeah.
Home equity line of credit. Pull the money out of your existing home, the equity, and turn right around and buy the, and we would hope that you would go to Big John's Closeout, one of our sponsors, to get those kind of things. So that's one thing going on with the loan rate. Also for the teachers, tell us about the $300 every month for teachers.
We actively run Helping Teachers Teach every month. We pick a teacher from one of our, teachers within the field of membership. We do from schools from Johnson County, Carter County, Washington County, Sullivan County, and Unicoi. So if you know any teacher friends that are teaching at those schools, we give a grant. It's $300 a month, year-round. We pick a different teacher every month to give that to, and really it's super simple. You have to be a member of the credit union, but you can join for $5. That's all it takes to apply for the grant, but it's just a really cool thing to help with the classroom.
Absolutely. And if you ask any teacher, what would you do with $300, they'll tell you immediately what they'll do. Every time I ask a teacher, what would you do if we gave you $300 cash? Well, I would get this, this, and this for my kids, and so they immediately know. So it's a kind of like a wish list fulfillment. So if you know a teacher, as Whitney said, it's real simple. It takes about 2 minutes to apply. You go to bemycu.org, and then you scroll down to...
I believe it is in our... there's a tab, I believe it says more info.
That's it, more info.
And there's a Helping Teachers Teach application within that. There's a bunch of different documents within that tab. So, it's pretty easy. So it's a really easy process to get the $300 and can really benefit your classroom and all the kids.
So she said if you're a teacher, no one who is, kindergarten all the way up to technical school teacher, if you're a teacher, you're eligible in Carter, Washington, Unicoi, Sullivan, and Johnson counties. So why would you not? Take a few minutes, or if you know someone who is a teacher, why would they not put their name in a hat, see if they can win $300 cash?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to win it. They do it year-round.
Yeah, so 12 teachers a year. Yeah.
So somebody's going to win it. Why not you or someone you know that's a teacher?
Even if it's summer, we're still doing the grant, and that could be utilized for, upgrades or anything in the classroom that you're looking to do for the next school year.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't apply, you can't win it. It's real simple. We're here live again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. It is dogwood winter. A couple of days of cool weather. Dogwood's bloomed out. So it's going to be down to the 30s tonight, tomorrow night, and it's going to warm back up. And so it is here. It's dogwood winter. Now we want to talk about the William Armstrong Scholarship. That's another scholarship eligibility for somebody to win some money through the credit union. Tell us about that.
So we did just close the applications for it, but any students that are homeschool in Carter County, a student of the Carter County Schools or Elizabethton High School has the ability to apply for the William B. Armstrong Scholarship. That's given out every year. So that is something. The applications have just recently closed because we are amping up for the end of the school year this year, ready for summer, and of course that scholarship is given to seniors, so they are able to use that money to help with their college.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool scholarship. Mr. Armstrong was a very dedicated member of our community to the school boards and education, and was also our longtime board of director at the credit union. He cares very much for the children and was wanting to make sure to leave a legacy behind for the kids to be able to benefit from.
Cyclone baseball today at Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark, 4:45 airtime against University High, 5 o'clock first pitch. We'll have it for you today, audio and video. So you through just went blank, the one that goes around to the schools, high schools, not Blair.
Andrea.
No, not Andrew, but the guy that's in charge of going to the schools.
Oh, Bryson.
Bryson.
Yeah,
I
Bryson
want to say
Brown.
Blair. I knew it was Brown.
Yeah.
Bryson Brown. Bryson goes to all the different high schools in the county and teaches them what. It's a really cool thing.
So we've got basically a mobile, I guess, office, if you want to call it that, that he goes to the county schools and he basically is set up, and within that, I guess, opportunity that we are in the schools, teachers can actually do transactions while he's there. But
really?
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
we can do that. But he basically does provide some financial literacy and education to the students where he is involved in the school systems. And of course, you know, the credit union used to be the teachers credit union back in the day, and we still want to be heavily involved with our, you know, community and education from where we started.
Absolutely. So Bryson does it well. Goes to the schools and teaches them, I guess, how to make a deposit, how to write a check.
Yeah, just teaches
Basic
them about
stuff.
really opening an account, just very basic things that you've got to have as you start into adulthood. And you know, the day and age we live in, it's hard to just not have a bank account. And so yeah, we definitely try to provide some education with just basics. And then I believe, you know, this week I'll be at the Elizabethton City Schools for a couple of days teaching some classes about just credit, loans, things that they'll need to know, because, you know, we live in the great nation of America and you've got to go in debt to have things nowadays. That's just the way it is. So we do teach, I will be teaching a couple of classes this week about lending and your credit and things like that at the high school. So
Good job, lady. So we got Michigan tonight, right?
that's who I think is going to win.
Close
even
or
though-
blowout?
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be. I kind of feel like it's going to be like the girls' game. I feel like Michigan's going to come out with a strong, and like I said, the depth on their bench to me is just tough to keep up with. He's able to rotate those guys, and there's really not a missing puzzle piece on the floor when he rotates them. So I've watched him play a couple of times, and it's just amazing. I really thought Arizona was going to be in it too, but that was not.
Wasn't even close.
No. I thought that game was going to be a lot closer too,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. So it shows you how strong Michigan really is.
Of course, all this is talk. You got to play it tonight. Michigan could lay an egg, but I don't think so, because as she said it well, the parts and pieces he has put together, the team's very interchangeable. And so when Whitney goes out, Tom goes in, there's no drop off. That's how they are.
He's basically
Michigan.
got 5 starters coming in for 5 starters.
Well put. So,
Yeah.
and he mixes and matches, and even the big guys. I read this morning, he said he's going to try and play. He's got a slight ankle sprain.
I
so
did see where he went down in
Yeah.
the Arizona game with that ankle, but he does seem to. Well, he came back during that game. No, did he stay out during that
Stayed out,
game?
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
So, well, I mean, granted he was out, they still, you know,
yeah.
beat him very solid. So
So he's back all night, any kind of contribution. In fact, he said, all I'm going to be able to do is stand over the corner and shoot threes. Okay. I don't believe that for a minute, but that's all he can do. He does that very well. So I got Michigan. UConn can come in there and beat UCLA and beat them like they beat South Carolina. I don't see it, but we'll see. Tomorrow morning we'll all know. Whitney Blevins from Northeast Community Credit Union. Get you some lunch. Thank you, dear.
you're welcome.
We'll talk
Thank
soon.
You. Thanks for having me.
She's a dandy. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Here's where we'll be on Thursday's show. We'll be at Duck Crossing Antique Store in downtown Elizabeth. On our buddy Misty Counts, owner of Duck Crossing here in downtown Elizabeth, and springs and summers right around the corner. Why come shopping at Duck Crossing in downtown Elizabeth?
Because we've got everything you could ever dream of. We have 3 floors with over 50 different vendors. We have a great selection. We have more than 75% of our items are vintage, which are 25 years or older. So we are an antique mall, but we specialize in vintage items and things that take care of vintage items, like our cleaning supplies and things like that. We have clothes, we have jewelry, we have a little bit, like I said, of everything.
Yep, and you do. Hours are open.
We're open through the week, 11 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. Saturdays, we're open 10 to 6.
Closed on Sundays.
Closed on Sundays.
How do we find you on social media?
We're on Facebook at Duck Crossing Elizabethton, Instagram at Duck Crossing Antique, and on TikTok.
3 floors, over 50 vendors. Be loyal. Buy local. Buy it in downtown Elizabeth.
Yes.
The Duck Crossing Antique Store, one of our proud sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again, we'll break down. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball and also high school baseball coming up. We'll take a look at the standings and get ready for, again, a game this afternoon, 4:45 airtime. Audio and video of the Cyclones at University High. We have been showered with lavender. Is that correct? I mean lilac, I'm sorry.
Yep, that's
Lilac.
okay. They smell really good.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Love it. So Randy says, Randy was going to be on the show, but his little tart remark, he'll be back next week. He said, we brought this to brighten up the corner of your show. So I guess it looks like the hood over here. So, yeah, Randy was going to be on the show, but he ain't now. So we'll be on the show in a minute. We don't care. So what's going on at Sycamore Shows,
All
lady?
right. April 15th, we've got Not a Problem at KNOT, and that's Taylor Moorfield showing you a bunch of basic knots that you might need one of these days. And then once again, towards the end of April, April 19th, and then April 24th, he does the guided tour of useful plants of Appalachia. So those will be plants you could use for medicinal purposes as well as eating and everything else. I can remember when my grandma used to walk out in the yard and pick dandelions and cook dandelion greens.
Cook dandelion what?
Dandelion greens. She
Oh,
would-
really?
Yeah.
I love it.
She would just walk out there and and I looked it up. They're full of vitamins and minerals and all kinds of stuff.
So this walk will be where you can actually go out and sounding it'll be very interesting.
You'll
'cause-
be walking on the trails at Sycamore
Right.
Shoals, and he's going to be showing you plants that you can find in your yard
Yep.
and use. So, yep. And then he's doing everything. May 7th, he has Appalachian campfire stories around the campfire at night. So those will be good. The Big Muster is coming up in May 16th and 17th, and it's free. But they'll have reenactors there at the fort and around the fort. They'll be reenacting colonial life and doing some demonstrations with muskets and things like that. So that will be May 16th and 17th, and that's a big one. That's usually a big one. The biggest one's in October, but that's the Over Mountain Men Muster. But the May Muster, Spring Muster's really nice too. So free. They'll be open 10 till 4 the first day, and then on Sunday 10 to 3.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, which is about a month out, but
Yep.
we promote it every week because it is a big deal, and it's free, as she said.
Yep.
So,
And then Liberty, of course, Liberty coming up in every weekend in June. Yep, first 2 weekends just Friday and Saturday. Second 2 weekends Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that first Thursday night's our Veterans Night.
there you go.
So veterans get in free with a guest that night.
Deservedly so.
Yes.
250th birthday of the greatest country in the world, right here. United
Everybody
States
keep
of
your
America.
fingers crossed. I'm going to try to get somebody from Washington, D.C. to come down and see it.
Be good.
Yeah. They need
J.D.
to.
Vance or President
Yes.
Trump or somebody.
They need to save our history down here.
There you go.
Yep.
All right.
It's big.
I like the lilacs. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome.
So,
You can smell them. You throw them away
Oh, yeah.
at the end if you want.
Randy's Mr. Smarty. He's going to put one around his shirt. He's going to wear this whole segment right here. A little lavender. Lilac. All right. Quick.
And I'm going to work on getting Munster here for you. We'll see.
Yes, Eddie Munster.
I've got to talk to Bonnie Kate tonight. I'm going to Bonnie Kate to talk to him tonight.
The young man who played Eddie Munster on the Munster TV show is going to be Elizabeth.
I think it's April 27th.
We want him on the show.
But I'll check for
if,
sure.
If you can work your magic.
I'll try.
All right. Randy's coming next. Talk a little baseball. Then we got some folks coming in from, helping folks with Hurricane Helene. We're going to talk about that, too. They're still doing it. See, people think it's all done. It's not all done. We still need people out there still needing our help, still getting it done. So we got some young ladies who will come tell you all about that. They're still out there helping folks. See, it's already moved on. Everybody says, okay, we built the bridges, and everybody's back to the way it is. That's not the case. All right, Randy's next on the Tom Baylor Sports Show, talking baseball for a few minutes right after this.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
Hey, it's your girl Mayani. A little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the chicken. Literally, the nuggets, they smack. When you put those nuggets in the salad, it just brings the salad to life. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A market salad is that the chicken is super juicy and the apples can be a little tangy, also a little sweet as well. So there's just a ton of different flavors. It's just so good.
Back at the Tom Baylor Sports Show, talk a little baseball with our buddy, Mr. Randy Broccoli. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How about you?
Now they're 7-2. Of course he's gonna be pretty good. His team, the Evil Empire, is 7-2. So of course he's gonna be good. And Judge, I know. And Judge he hasn't done squat yet. He hasn't really got going.
Well, he was batting what 236 or 136 at one time. I think he's up to about 250 now. So he had a pretty good series against the Marlins. But yeah, 7-2, same issues as last year. Bullpens, the two losses of the bullpens, giving up the lead and blown it. And the bottom half of the lineup doesn't hit anything. So same as last year. But hey, they're 7-2.
That's how I look at it.
Remember last year at the end of May they were like 17 over 500. You know how that went.
Yep.
During June, July, August, and all of that. So
you got three teams at 7-2. You got the Yankees, the Brewers, and the Dodgers are at 7-2. They're out of the gate.
Are they 7? I think they're 6. No, you're right, 7-2. Yep. Sorry, I did not mean to. Yeah, what's interesting about it.
Watch this right here when he questions the host. Go ahead, Randy.
What can I say? What can I say?
Just
I even had to print it out here.
I like
the guy
this.
goes by memory.
Goes by memory, yep.
But,
so there you go.
I guess what we've learned is the teams in first place were playoff teams last year for the most part,
yep.
Except for the Marlins and the Astros. But the Astros are always in it anyway.
So let's look at the East real quick. All right, the Yankees are 7-2. The Orioles, my team I'm following now, 3-6. The Red Sox are 2-7. Ramon Anthony says unacceptable to starve the Yankees.
It is.
I mean, for the Red Sox.
Red Sox, it is. I mean, they were expecting pretty. Of course, it's 9 games in the season.
Right.
And I think they were a slow start last year and still got in playoffs because they decided to finally hit. But a little slow start for them, but 9 games in.
Let's don't hit the panic button yet, right?
No, not yet.
Cleveland in the Central leads at 6-4.
But look at the White Sox. 4-5.
4-5.
And Colorado were the 2 worst teams in baseball last year by far.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
And they're 4-5. Of course, a lot depends on who you're playing this time of the season. But what's interesting is only 4 teams in the American League are at or above 500.
Yep.
Everybody else, I guess a lot of that's interleague play. And you got 10 teams in the National League at or above 500. So what does that tell you that National League is stronger or, what? Early in the season.
Early in the season. Astros lead the West are 6-4. The Rangers are 4-5. And you got yesterday Evan Carter went 1 for 3 with a base hit and a stolen base.
I think he's batting 269.
Yep, 269.
Struck out quite a bit. I think he has 9 strikeouts in 26 appearances. No RBIs or home runs yet, but early in the season.
Early
in the season.
And he's an Elizabethan guy, so we're for
Yeah,
him.
got to pull.
Got to pull for Evan,
And look
100%.
at those Marlins. Of course, 2 of those 3 losses were against the Yankees over the weekend. Oh, back. Series, good series coming up. You know, it's always good to see what's coming up during the week. Astros in Seattle have a 4-game, I think it's 4-game series coming up over next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Marlins number 1 in the East at 6-3. The Braves right now at 6-4, tied with the Mets.
Yep.
Central, as we said, Milwaukee at 7-2. In the West, the Dodgers are at 7-2. The Giants in the cellar, Tony Vitello, and the Giants at 3-7 right now. So that's where you are. That's what's going on. So let's see what we got. I got the schedule for today. Who's playing where? We're talking about my buddy Randy.
Well, the series to watch right now for the next 3 games will be the Dodgers at Toronto.
Oh,
and
yes.
On
Forgot about that.
Wednesday, you got Ohtani and Cease pitching.
Oh, really?
So that great matchup on the final of that series. I think Ohtani's pitched 6 innings so far, hadn't given up a run.
I know I got this. Here it is right here. Tell me I got it. Yep, here they are. Yep, I thought, don't
So
tell me I
that's
left
the
the house.
series to watch for the first of the week, and then the second half of the week over next week, Houston at Seattle for a 4-game set. So
Yep. So the Rangers with Evan Carter open up the series with Seattle. Jacob deGrom and Logan Gilbert will go at
that's a big series.
Arlington
Yeah,
tonight. The Reds, the other regional team, will be in Miami. And the Braves, they will open up the series in L.A. So you've got today the Cubs at Tampa Bay, Kansas City at Cleveland, San Diego, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Miami, Milwaukee at Boston, Cardinals in Washington, Dodgers,
Dodgers
Toronto.
at Toronto.
Max Scherzer for the Blue Jays, and Wrobleski will go for the Dodgers. That's a big one, big series.
It is.
Baltimore and Chicago battle the White Sox, Detroit and Minnesota, Seattle at Texas, Houston and Colorado, the Braves again in L.A. Jose Soriano will go for the Angels and Chris Sale for the Braves tonight, both at 2-0.
Yep.
And then you have Philadelphia and San Francisco. Eagle Empire starts tomorrow night. They're off today, right?
They're off. That's why they're only going with a 4-pitcher rotation, start pitcher rotation, because they've had a lot of time off.
Yep. So,
which is good. I mean, you got a couple of pitchers on the disabled list with Garrett Cole and Rudon, so I guess it's good for them. But
you see
Eagle
Cole?
Empire's back,
Yeah.
Tom.
Oh, yeah.
They're back.
Oh, yeah.
You want a couple of stats, just real quick, interesting stats?
Yep.
Of course, home run leaders. Do you know who they are?
Nope.
Chase DeLauder. I'm sure you know him.
Oh, it's a household name, right?
Yeah, household name for Cleveland. Rookie, first time in the major leagues.
Okay.
Five home runs. And Shea.
He's a rookie leading the bigs
He is.
home runs. That's
He
impressive.
is. Shea is a Langiers, I think is how it's pronounced. 5 with the A's. Judge and Raleigh, of course, the 2 home runs. How many home runs combined do they have this year?
2.
3.
3?
All of them Judge. Raleigh does not have a home run yet.
I thought he had a walk-off home run.
Nope.
He didn't do it?
Doesn't
Yeah.
have a home run.
So there's 3 home runs between them, and Judge got all
That's
3.
right. Hardest hit ball so far this year? Who would you think? I mean, that's almost sort of obvious.
Ohtani? No.
Stanton.
Oh, Stanton?
Stanton.
Really?
116.3 miles an hour. He's got the fastest average swing rate.
Wow.
Any swing over 75 miles an hour is counted as, high swing rate. And he's at 100%. Every swing, he swings hard.
Swings hard for the fences.
Yep. The Freddie Freeman has the highest percentage of barrels per at bat. That's hitting the sweet spot at 17.5%. Best hitter so far is Jordan. It's Jordan, I think. Alvarez.
Jordan Alvarez, the Astros.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has an expected weighted on-base average of 615.
615? Wow.
615.
Hello to Tiffany Scalp. That's a brand new name. And Teresa Hinkle. That's a new name. Thank you all for watching the show. We do this every day. You'll be back next Monday with more.
If you want, we come up with some interesting stats.
I like the lilac, too. Did you cut these?
I tell you what, I just grow them, Tom. I don't cut them.
Man, I'll tell you, that is smell. Okay. He's getting too cutesy. Tom, what do you say?
I just grow them. I don't cut them. Yeah.
He said we need to brighten up your spot.
They're nice for
they are
this
nice
side of the year.
They are.
Pretty little flowers.
Yeah, I've got one too. So it's and the fragrance is unbelievable. And like you said, it's here about 2 weeks and they're gone. So
they're gone. And it's just a tree.
We're in dogwood winter. This is right
I
now.
know. Love this time of year.
Yeah, dogwoods are blooming. It's going to be cold tonight, tomorrow night.
It is.
Going to warm back up. See you next week.
All right.
Get you some lunch. Get you some lunch. All right.
Do it.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk a little Hurricane Helene relief coming up here in just a few minutes. Then we'll take a look at Major League Baseball in its entirety and high school baseball. But coming up next, we'll talk folks still helping folks get back on their feet with Hurricane Helene. Well, that was the year. That's what. No. It's still going on.
What, September of 24?
Yep. All right, quick break. We'll be right back after this. Talking to Mike Barnett, the owner of Big John's Closeouts, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Why buy here from the local guy versus the big box chain stores?
Well, I think, one of the things you have to consider when you're talking about buying local is you're supporting people that live in your community, that worship with you, that are involved in civic groups with you, that your neighbors, people that you've known for years, and also, the proceeds stay right here in Carter County. They go to not only pay the taxes here and stuff, which any business that exists here does, but it supports athletic programs, it supports nonprofits, it supports needs within the community, maybe where you've got a veteran that has a need or something that we can help offset the cost through discounts or donations, and stuff. Then we get hit with that quite a bit, as far as that nature. So we're able to help the community as well as encourage our young people, both from small all the way up through high school with banners, sponsoring their sports teams and stuff of that nature. Plus, we have a vested interest in helping the customer that comes in. We want them to get the right item for the job and leave with what they need to finish that job. We want to listen to them, understand what they're doing, and they're not just to us just a number, if you would. They're someone we want to build a relationship with and a friendship with that trust us.
Pretty simple, folks. Be loyal, buy local, and buy from Big John's Closeouts in downtown Elizabethton, where they hammer high prices. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At Carter County Bank, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Carter County Bank, in the business of happiness.
Here we go. We're back, and this is a really cool segment because if you think, and there has been people help, I'm going to say, if you think it's over helping people here in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, you're wrong, because there's people still out there in need, still people being taken care of, and these two ladies are doing a great job among other organizations making it happen. You are. Introduce yourself, please. Let me put this right over here.
I'm Leah Martinez with Carter County Long-Term Recovery Group.
There you go. And my little buddy over here is
Lynn Huff with American Red Cross.
Yeah. Now, are you guys basketball fans?
Absolutely.
Who's
Big game tonight.
Michigan, UConn. Who you taking?
Oh, maybe UConn.
Going UConn? All right. You?
Oh, don't ask me.
Don't know, don't care.
Well, I don't know about don't care, but
don't
definitely
know.
don't know.
That's it. And you know what? I do sports and I don't know. And sometimes I don't care. So, but tonight, she's right. It is the national championship. Starts at 9 o'clock. We're a little late, but that's okay. It'll be UConn, the Huskies, and the Michigan Wolverines for the national championship. So here we go. Let's talk about it. Your name of your organization is what?
Carter County Long-Term Recovery Group. I'm going to let Lynn take the horn, and then I'll
pass it to you.
Yeah.
Her badge says American Red Cross. So take it away, young lady.
All right. So Helene was an incredible disaster, and the effects of it are being felt still to this day. We're trying to get families back into their homes, and in the process, we've seen incredible help from people in Carter County helping each other. A lot of organizations have come in to help. Some have left, others have stayed, and new grant opportunities, new organizations are still here. The people that are managing all that for survivors are the long-term recovery groups.
So, all right, it happened in September. I was adding here as we fly. September's 12. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. We're talking 19 months now. And folks out there going, there's still people that don't have, there's still people not in their homes, right?
We still have people that are in temporary housing situations waiting for their homes to either be rebuilt or repaired. That's correct.
Wow. So the need is still there. So at this point, April 2026, who are you helping? How are you helping? What are some of the ways you're doing it?
Well, so Tom, we started because organizations like Red Cross want to come into an area and help. And in order to do that, they have to make sure that we're helping folks that have been impacted. So long-term recovery groups set up with case management so that we can be identifying survivors and then helping meet all of their needs. So physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, the whole package of a person. So we have an intake coordinator and we have case managers. So the first way that people, if they have not received help, is they get in touch and we can post, I can give you our contact information. They can call that number. But they would call an intake coordinator and have a basic intake done. Then they would be put into case management, and from there it gets put to the long-term recovery group for volunteers. We have many volunteers coming in. We've got 25 this weekend. We had 55 last week. That
Really?
We do, yeah.
So where were the 55 last week from? They came in from out of state?
They came in from out of state. They're coming from everywhere. We had volunteers from Minnesota. We had them from Indiana, Ohio, your home state. We had them from everywhere.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So folks are coming in. They're working with our volunteer coordinator, Ralph Jeffers, with case management on survivors' needs. So if somebody, for instance, needs floor done, we did a job with flooring. We've got someone doing some drywall work right now. But for jobs that cannot be done by volunteers, that's where we hire contractors. And we're able to do that through our long-term recovery group, again, with the assistance of case management.
And with grant money that's
Correct.
Leah and Carter County applied for the governor's grant and received a nice amount to help with debris removal, because the house, when it's damaged, has to be pulled away before a new one can be built. So there's so many layers to this. And
So what's the most common? What would be the most common? Is it flooring, sheetrock?
Tom, it's really a variety of needs. What we're seeing a lot of right now are folks were able to get back maybe into their homes, but they're needing help with driveways or culverts or personal bridges. And so we do have grant money, as Lynn mentioned, for those particular needs.
Well, I'm thinking your house gets flooded. I'm thinking heat pumps.
Oh, yeah.
Those, I'm sure those got damaged with the floods too. So you're 19 months after the fact, folks are still being helped. So there's a group this weekend from where? Where are they from? The 25.
Oh, these folks are actually from Tennessee. Yeah, they're from Middle Tennessee.
And they're staying at Lynn Valley Baptist Church. Red Cross provides the cots, and they provide all the other things that help these volunteers be in a good place for the week while they're working out in the field.
So they're staying at Lynn Valley Baptist on cots. Who feeds them?
Last week they were at Hunter
First Baptist Church.
First Baptist
Church, yeah. So the churches are still so involved.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's this collaborative effort between nonprofits like American Red Cross and the local efforts, making it happen.
And as to who feeds them, the church will a lot of times provide a certain amount of meals, and then our volunteer coordinator, again, Ralph Jeffers, will also coordinate with other volunteers in the community to help provide dinners primarily.
How cool.
It really is, as Lynn said, a collaborative effort. I know, Tom, some ways that people can still be involved. You know, maybe you're thinking we can't volunteer and go do drywall or lay flooring, but we're definitely looking for some churches that are still willing to host people, volunteer teams, and we're definitely looking for folks that can volunteer, again, with providing meals or transportation, things of that nature for volunteer teams.
So is there a timeline? I mean, are we helping people? Is there somebody that said, okay, you got everything done by July 31st, or
grants definitely have a timeline.
Okay.
We have about another year and a half for that big grant that Lynn mentioned that the state of Tennessee awarded us. But the long-term recovery group, we're two purposes. One, helping Helene survivors. But the second one is to be here for future events. So to help with preparedness with our wonderful EMA department here in Carter County, Kathy Amerkin. And then also, again, the next time something happens, we don't have to build the whole system again.
It's already there.
It's already there. Exactly.
Which we hope won't be needed. We hope nothing like this happens again. But
correct.
So I'm sitting here thinking about kids. How many kids are displaced right now? They're out there and not in permanent homes and living in, I guess, campers, for all intents and campers, because their home's not ready to go back into yet, or they're being worked on. So there are kids displaced too, right?
There are children. I will say those folks are the ones that get to the top of case management, right? So when that family comes in, enters into case management, they get moved to the top.
Yeah.
Correct.
Good for you. That's good.
And then American Red Cross right now has funding for the families. We not only support builders and other organizations helping the long-term recovery groups, but we also have programs where we have direct financial assistance to the families. The third round of financial assistance we currently have does not have a hard stop, and they are being identified through case management and long-term recovery. But we're looking at those that are most vulnerable, not just those that have the most damage, because a lot of those homes have already been helped by other funding, but those that are still the most vulnerable. Being displaced puts them right at the top of the list.
So let's face it, we're in Appalachia. And we're stubborn, hard-nosed people. There's some people out there saying, by God, I'm not going to let anybody help me. Because I've had people tell me that. Well, I don't need any government. I don't need any help. And they'll sit out there in a, whatever, sit beside a campfire with a sleeping bag, and I'm being facetious, but that's their mentality. I'll go down swinging because I don't need any help. So there's people out there that still need help. So how do we get the process started? How does somebody say, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet, I need help, even after 19 months, I'm going to get help. Well, how do we do it? Where do we start?
Well, you're gonna call 423-281-4709, and we're gonna post that on here, or you're gonna send an email to CarterTNLTRG, and again at gmail.com. We will post this so that folks have access to that information. Our website. Carter County Long-Term Recovery Group. You can find us on Facebook. Our information, if you just type it into Google, should be pretty easy to access.
She's talking too fast.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
423.
281.
I like this girl. 281.
4709.
4709.
Carter TN LTRG.
LTRG. Long-Term Recovery.
You got it at gmail.com.
All right, we got these. We'll keep these and periodically pass these on to you. So if you're out there and you're saying, I don't need help, but you really do need help, just the money's there. It's not an embarrassment because you need help.
No.
Let these people help you. You got people coming in, volunteering their time. As she said, from Minnesota, Canada, Tennessee, all over the country. I thought they'd stop coming. I knew they'd been coming for a long time. They're still coming. They still want to roll up their sleeves and help you out. They don't want anything except a smile, maybe a handshake is all they need. Don't rob them of their blessing. Let them come in and work and help rebuild your home.
Yeah, Tom, thank you for saying that. And you're exactly right. Nobody asked for this to happen. No. And nobody did anything. So we're survivors, not victims. And so if somebody needs help, that's what we're here for.
It's not your fault out there.
No.
So.
And we're getting new people coming into the long-term recovery groups in 6 of the counties that have stood up long-term recovery groups every week. So we have a handful of new people coming into the, thinking they could have done it on their own, or my favorite and what I heard the most was, well, my neighbor needs it more than I do, so let's get them helped first, and then I'll come and see you guys. So we're still open to all of that, and we still have, if you're hearing this and you live in a different county, we have contact information for all those counties, and Leia's team can help share out that contact information as well.
So the counties are Carter,
Cobb County,
Johnson,
Greene,
Unicoi,
and Washington.
There you go. If you're in one of those counties and you need help,
we're here.
423-281-4709. And if you don't call, shame on you, because they're here. The money's there. The manpower's there to get you turned back around, get you fixed, get you ready to go. So there you go.
Tom, thanks so much for having us.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you.
Come on, do it again.
Anytime.
Yeah.
All right, you're a keeper. All right, good job, ladies. Quick break. We'll be right back after this. We'll take a look at some Major League Baseball on the Tom Taylor Sports.
Talking to Mike Barnett, the owner of Big John's Closeouts, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Why buy here from the local guy versus the big box chain stores?
Well, I think, one of the things you have to consider when you're talking about buying local is you're supporting people that live in your community, that worship with you, that are involved in civic groups with you, that your neighbors, people that you've known for years, and also, the proceeds stay right here in Carter County. They go to not only pay the taxes here and stuff, which any business that exists here does, but it supports athletic programs, it supports nonprofits, it supports needs within the community, maybe where you've got a veteran that has a need or something that we can help offset the cost through discounts or donations, and stuff. Then we get hit with that quite a bit, as far as that nature. So we're able to help the community as well as encourage our young people, both from small all the way up through high school, with banners, sponsoring their sports teams and stuff of that nature. Plus, we have a vested interest in helping the customer that comes in. We want them to get the right item for the job and leave with what they need to finish that job. We want to listen to them, understand what they're doing, and they're not just to us just a number, if you would. They're someone we want to build a relationship with and a friendship with that trust us.
Pretty simple, folks. Be loyal, buy local, and buy from Big John's Closeouts in downtown Elizabethton, where they hammer high prices. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's take a look at, again, basketball tonight, UConn and the Michigan Wolverines. UConn at 34-5. So Michigan, obviously, they got a size advantage big time. I would think that's how I would look at it. I think that's how Dusty May looks at it. So it would be a definite advantage for the Wolverines to have a 36-3 team. So let's read some of these stats. Some of these are meaningless. Some are okay. I mean, they're meaningless to me. But UConn scores 9 points per game off screens, which is number 2 in college basketball. The matchup, creating some problems in the screen department. Michigan's 4-man Morez Johnson, all 6'9" and 250. And so he'll probably draw the assignment of Caravan, I would think. We'll see, for UConn. So Caravan just 2 for 13 in 3-pointers the last 2 games. He's been off. So both of these teams have the potential to blow the other team off the floor, but we'll see. Let's see what else, some of the other stats they got here. They threw these out as Michigan lost the 2 slowest games they played this year. They're 0-2 in games when they have 63 possessions or less, which means they want the ball and they're up and down the floor. So you play Michigan's pace, you're down on the rival. Arizona tried to outrun Michigan, got walloped. You're right. So the best way UConn, and I guarantee you'll do this, best way he has a chance to win this game, he'll think, Dan Hurley, is to slow it down. Don't let him get in a running game with Michigan. When you do, it doesn't happen. So Purdue won. They beat Michigan 80-72 rather. Duke got Michigan into a possession game, won 68-63. So UConn, I think, to win this game's got to slow it down. So, and by slowing it down, that will give them a chance to compete and possibly win the ball game, obviously. So I consider and go on and on about this. Bottom line is, I think it's Michigan's to lose simply because of the size. And as Whitney Blevins, one of our guests, said earlier in the show, and the depth of them coming off the bench, Michigan is deep, and they all can play. So, hello, Baker. How you doing? Hello to JoJo. How are you? Thank you all for watching the show. Amazingly enough, the voice is getting better, so that's a good thing, because it was not very good yesterday at Cantata. How embarrassing that was, but I couldn't help it. I did the best I could. Let's see. Dusty May says he's not leaving. He's staying at Michigan. He made that point over the weekend. You know, they're looking for him as a possible replacement at North Carolina. Dusty May said, no, I'm staying put. Tommy Lloyd, Arizona, said, nope, I'm staying put. They gave him a contract extension. Nate Oates, the Alabama coach, said, no, he's not going anywhere. They upped his pay. They gave him a pay raise to stay at Alabama. So North Carolina, it looks like they're looking at Billy Donovan. So Donovan, who won consecutive national championships with Florida in 06 and 07, open to the possibility of coaching at North Carolina. Probably would do a really good job. I would think that'd be a very good hire if they got Billy Donovan. Now, here's the catch to the whole thing, the caveat to all of it. The college basketball transfer portal opens tomorrow for men. It's the day after the national championship. If UNC wants to pursue a college coach and prioritize an active name over playing the waiting game with Billy Donovan, they best get on with it. So the ones right now, you look at Mark Byington at Vanderbilt. You look at Scott Drew at Baylor. You look at Texas Tech's Grant McCaslin or Iowa's Ben McCollum. If you want to wait after the portal and take a shot at Billy Donovan, then okay. But if you want to get, tomorrow's it. It'll be a merry-go-round of guys moving here, moving there. Gary Rose will talk about that. We got him coming in here right now to talk in just a second. So we'll save that for him. Let's give you some high school baseball schedule for today real quick. Our ball game, the Cyclones and the UH Junior Bucks will be at 5 o'clock, airtime 4:45. Sullivan, this is our odd week of the 5-team league. East will be at Boone today. You also have Tennessee I at Crockett, Hampton at Cloudland in baseball, the Kings Academy and Providence Academy, West Green and Happy Valley, Chucky Doak, the Black Knights, pretty good baseball team. We saw that Friday. They'll be hosting Unicoi County. North Green at Unaka, Science Hill, Dobbsville at the big rivalry tonight at DB. Westridge and Morristown West, South Green at Johnson County and Cherokee at Volunteer. That's in baseball. Let's take a look at the softball schedule for this Monday. And it goes like this. By the way, you'll see an increase of traffic race week. And they're coming in. It should be a good weekend. The weather's going to be great. We're wanting a big crowd for Bristol Motor Speedway for the running of the Poot City 500 on Sunday. Softball today, Dobbsville at Westridge, Crockett's Ladies at Greenville, Hampton at Sullivan East, Mitchell, North Carolina will be at Happy Valley, Cloudland hosting Chucky Doak tonight in softball. You have Morristown East at Science Hill. Volunteer will be playing at Unicoi County in softball tonight. And, I'm sorry, Volunteer at Daniel Boone tonight. Elizabethton at Johnson County, North Green at Unicoi County, and University of Iowa West Green. So that's your softball schedule. And let's see if we've got any soccer going on. Normally they play on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let's see what we've got for soccer. Soccer today, we've got one, Volunteer University High tonight for boys soccer. So there you go. We do have baseball. 4:45 airtime. First pitch will be at 5 o'clock, audio and video, the Cyclones and the Junior Bucks from University High. Gary Rosenhaus, he joins us coming up next, talking a little hoops. Yep, talk a lot of hoops. Talk about the Women's Championship, talk about the NIT, talk about the college basketball crowd. West Virginia won that one. I don't know what that means. And this one comes as a shocker. They are talking very seriously about expanding March Madness to 76 teams starting next year. We'll talk about it next on the Tom Taylor Sports.
Tell us why. A lot of real estate companies out there. Why David Collins and Collins and Company?
Well, we service before and after the sale. I think that's a big thing. And follow through on phone calls. I think, and I have a lot of people just comment on how professional our website is, how professional our agents are, and what we do, and how we follow through with things. For instance, I'm not telling the name of a real estate company or anything like that. That's had a buyer that bought one of our houses through another agency, and she just called me. She said, my agent didn't show up at closing, didn't bring me any keys, we didn't do a final walkthrough. That's pretty sad. And, you know, I just want to let folks know, you come here, you're going to get service, you know, follow through. We're going to work through with you, follow you through the process, help you through the process. You don't have a lender. We've got lenders we recommend. Attorneys for closing we recommend. And you get full service here.
End of story. Full service. Phone number to call?
423-543-5741.
A 97% closing ratio, folks. Collins & Company, great sponsor of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports.
At Carter County Bank, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Carter County Bank, in the business of happiness.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so here's my point. Oh, this is going to be good. I didn't know about this. That's why we got him on the show. Not only is he a great pastor at Fairview Baptist Church in his day job, but he's also a big sports guy. So this is good stuff here now. I just sat all weekend and talked about this. This morning I talked about it. Last night I said, how can UConn, the Lady Huskies, how can South Carolina beat the Lady Huskies by 14, turn right around 2 days later and get beat by 28?
Yeah. Wow.
By UCLA.
Yeah.
I don't buy it. So now he tells me sitting down, did you see the end of the Auburn NIT game last night, which I did not. They won in overtime over Tulsa. So set it up where there was a dunk that they didn't count. Is that right?
Yeah. Guy had a breakaway dunk at the end. They were up 6, which was the point spread from what I understand. They were favored by 6. Guy intercepts a pass, runs the length of the floor, dunks the ball as the clock expires, which would have put them winning by 8, and the officials waved it off. It didn't count.
I'm telling you, I had that story back before March Madness. They made all the officials, they have access to their phones now. They had to sign an agreement. I forget the name of the company, but they have an agreement, or had an agreement, up until tonight's game will be the last one, to be able to tap into the phone to see if there's any anonymous betting going on the side by the basketball officials who are working the games.
Yeah.
So you tell me he slammed it, it counted, slam dunk, they waved it off.
It was clean. They waved it off. Yeah.
And it covered the spread.
Well, they covered the spread. They won by 6, but that would have put them up by 8.
Put them by 8.
Yep. Yeah, so they would have went over the spread. Yep.
Don't tell me this doesn't happen, folks. Now, you consider me naive and Cinderella or whatever, and don't want to believe it, but it's happening.
Yeah, there's no question.
Yeah, because it happened last night.
You have to wonder, right? I mean, it was close. I know it was close, but it counted. I mean, I saw the kid dunk it. I mean, the ball went through the hoop before the clock went out. I mean, it should have counted.
So which team dunked it? Auburn or Tulsa? Auburn.
Yeah.
So they didn't argue the call because they won the game anyway.
They won the game. Yeah.
So there wasn't any argument. There wasn't any dispute.
No, there wasn't any dispute.
Everybody just went off before it's over.
They just waved the basket.
Oh no, that's good stuff. Yeah. I'm so glad he came. It justifies everybody thinks I'm just kind of a cynic, and I have to be at this point because they're making me be a cynic. So
sure, well, they have us all guessing.
Yeah. Wow. So they waved off a dunk that should have counted, and that made the point spread just exactly where they wanted it.
Yep.
So there you go, folks. Don't you tell me it's not working. And I hate to say it. So that's why, on a personal note, why I love doing college or high school and even middle school sports. Thank God for Tia Duggar and Elizabeth and I, because I love doing it. Because at this point being the key, it's still the purity of the game.
Yeah.
On the high school. I mean, I guess it could trickle down to high school. I hope not.
It's getting there.
If it does, I'm going to get out of it. I can tell you right now, I'm not going. If they're doing that kind of stuff, the ball games in high school, if it ever gets to that point, Elvis is leaving the building.
Well, we've got NIL in high school at this point, so.
Yeah, I know, but it's not really reached here like it has.
No, it hasn't.
Other parts of the
not yet.
State.
Transfer has.
Yeah.
But the money part hasn't.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So a dunk that should have counted was waved off to make the point thing be exactly where it wanted to be for Vegas, I guess. So
yeah, I guess.
Interesting stuff. All right, so national championship tonight. You got Michigan, you got UConn. Who do you think will win and why?
I was so dumb in my picks. because I've told you from the beginning of the season. Who did I tell you were the two teams? Do you remember who I told you? The two teams that stood out above everybody else.
You said Michigan was one of them.
Michigan was one of them, and Michigan State was the other.
And Michigan State was the other one.
Yeah.
Tom Izzo, right?
Well,
one of them still going, and you
one
went.
of them still going, but I had them getting beat. I had Arizona beating them in the Final Four, and Houston winning the thing. 'Cause I thought Houston was they had the best setup as far as the bracket went. I thought Michigan might have a letdown game since they kind of had fallen a little bit. They're in the Big Ten towards the end of the season, and they weren't as sharp. And I thought, well, maybe they'll have a slough game there in the tournament. I picked Houston. No question, I think Michigan is the best team in the nation, and they deserve to be there tonight, and they deserve to take home the championship tonight.
And you think they will?
I think they will.
Yeah.
I was looking at some stats. Of course, these games like tonight, you can take stats and just toss them out the window for the most part. But they match up on paper pretty nicely. Even in UConn actually has a little bit better defense on paper than Michigan does. But I think size and just overall, gamesmanship and all together, I think they're just a better team. I think they've got the guard play to win it. They've definitely got the big men to win it. So, what's going to be fun to watch, I will say this. I don't take anything away from UConn. I don't like them, but I'm not a big fan of their coach. But
amen.
But what will be a fun matchup tonight, and I'm not sure yet who will guard whom, but whoever guards Reed from UConn, he's a player. He's tough. He's fun to watch. He's a true big man. Just wide and likes to bump around, and so between Mara and is it Lundenberg? I always get his name wrong. Either of those guys should be a good matchup with him tonight. It'd be fun to watch that.
Caravan's 2 for 13 from 3-point range last two games.
Yeah, he's
struggling at the 3-point line. So.
He is, and Michigan's just got so many weapons, and not to mention probably, arguably the best point guard in the nation. Cadeau is so good, it's almost like, and I was talking to a guy about them yesterday. It's almost like they know each other so well that they know what their next move is going to be before they even do it. And that's a sign of a championship team that just they click that well. And I think Michigan's there.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Starts at like 8:50 tonight. So
yeah, it's a late one.
National championship, Michigan and UConn. So
yeah.
Now let's take a look at the North Carolina job. We're talking to Gary Rowe. Our bud comes in, talks basketball. So you hear over the weekend, Tommy Lloyd, Arizona says no, not interested. Dusty May, Michigan says nope, staying at Michigan. Nate Oates says nope, not leaving Alabama. So now you're down to
that one surprises me.
Yep. So if you're looking at current coaches that are currently in the college ranks, Vanderbilt's Mark Byington, Baylor's Scott Drew, Texas Tech's Grant McCasland, and Iowa's Ben McCollum. On top of those guys is Billy Donovan. They're looking at him pretty hot and heavy too.
Sure.
Who's currently with the Bulls, who won back-to-back championships with the Gators. Why is the North Carolina job not being scooped up that quick?
That's a great question, and I don't know if it's just because kind of like if Pope leaves, Kentucky's going to be the same way. It's going to be hard to feel, I'm afraid, but there's just an expectation level that's there. How many teams would like to have Hubert Davis's record?
Yeah. So you think Kentucky would be hard to fill because there's there's so much pressure these coaches don't feel with it?
So much pressure. Yeah,
okay.
I think that's a lot of it. But and it's not just the pressure. I mean, these coaches, great coaches, are built for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just the pressure. It's the pressure. It's not just the institutional pressure. It's now the pressure of being a GM,
mm-hmm.
being able to handle money, being able to develop players, and it's almost like the head coaching job has transitioned from a guy going to sit down in a living room and explaining and politicking to the parents, saying, look, your son can come to my university, receive a quality education, and I'm going to help him to become a man. To now they go into a living room and say, I want to offer you $7 million to come, and I know you may just be there a year, but,
it's how much I'm going to pay your kid
how
now.
much I'm going to pay you.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure to that, and so, it's so much more now than just developing young men into men and making them quality student athletes. And so college coaches are having to become so much more, and then you take that to a different level, to another level when you talk about Kentucky and North Carolina, these premier blue bloods. So, if a guy's got a choice to go to, Nate Oates surprises me, but at the same time, I'd say the money's not a lot different, but the expectation to win in Alabama basketball is so much different than North Carolina basketball.
So here's a guy that I keep thinking about because he took a dumpster fire and turned it around. You don't like him, but John Calipari. Now, why would North Carolina? He has been proven everywhere he's gone. He took Arkansas, which was, as I said, a dumpster fire. And you know that, and he's turned it. They played very, very good basketball down the stretch.
Sure, yeah, they did.
So why would they not be going after Calipari? Because he's an instant. He turns things around and give him, with the money flowing to North Carolina and the transfer portal and John Calipari's name, I would think that'd be a very advantageous move for North Carolina and for Calipari. Maybe he's happy in Arkansas, but it's like one of the jobs.
He's been at the pinnacle. He's been at Kentucky. He's been at that top echelon program, and now he gets to Arkansas. They're a great basketball program. Don't get me wrong, but they're not a blue blood, and so now he gets paid $9 million a year, where there's not the pressure.
Yeah,
so why would you?
It's a good point.
And so.
Why we have him on the show. There you go. Good point.
There again, Billy Donovan. Why would you step down from the NBA to take that position? And unless you just really want to get back into college basketball. Obviously it's a premier job. He didn't want Kentucky, and I don't see. There is more pressure on those jobs than there are in professional athlete.
There's no question about that. Sure.
And so you just, I think the pressure alone in those programs, if UCLA were to fire Cronin, same deal.
Yeah.
The danger of a premier program is becoming Indiana. They thought they had their guy, Kelvin Sampson, got him into trouble, and they've never rebounded since. And so, that hire is critical. But they're obviously having trouble.
Yeah.
And so, I could see now if it were me, if I were the athletic director of North Carolina, I would go to Fred Hoiberg at Nebraska, and I'd offer him the next governor's position.
The moon?
I'd offer him the moon.
Really?
Yeah, I would. But now I know Hoiberg's got Nebraska ties, and I don't know. I'm not saying that he would do it, but a coach like him who's young and it's not a dead end for him. If it doesn't work out, he can always. If Billy Donovan goes to North Carolina and they don't succeed, Billy Donovan's done.
Good point.
And the same goes for Nate Oates. Same goes for any of those guys. And when I say they're done, of course, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, they might hire them. But for the most part, you throw it all in on a program like that and you fall flat, your future is a little iffy.
Your image is tarnished.
But if you're a young guy like a Hoiberg,
or even a Dusty May, and of course Dusty May is going to say no, but I'm not sure that North Carolina's money is that much more than Michigan money. Michigan's got deep pockets.
Yep, they do.
And the pressure at Michigan is nowhere near what it is in North Carolina. But I think they'll offer him a lot of money though before it's all said and done.
So the transfer portal opens tomorrow, day after the title game.
Yeah.
If North Carolina wants to capitalize on the transfer portal, and I think they would, I think they all do.
Sure.
Then you'd want to get an active coach.
Yeah.
And move him over immediately and let him start opening up the checkbook and talking. The 4 that they're talking about here is Vanderbilt's Mark Byington, Baylor's Scott Drew, Texas Tech's Grant McCasland, or Iowa's Ben McCollum. Now, if you're waiting for Donovan, then you can wait on him, see if he's going to say yes or no. But he says he's not going to give an answer until after the season's over on April the 12th, which is a week from yesterday.
Yeah.
So NBA season's over next Sunday, this Sunday. Yeah. He said, I'll let everybody know my intentions then.
Yeah.
Whether you're a week behind in the transfer portal. So, out of those 4 coaches, Scott Drew's the winningest with over 500 victories. And so, McCollum's won a couple of D2 national titles. Byington's turned Vanderbilt around, obviously. McCasland's made it to 3 straight NCAA tournaments his first 3 years. And he's 74-31 in Lubbock, Texas. So, does any of those guys flip your trigger if you're North Carolina?
I think Byington maybe stands out more than the others. A name that hasn't been, well, I don't know that it has or not, but, the Iowa State coach, I think, is another coach that deserves some recognition. I think he's got that kind of disciplinarian, that North Carolina, I think, is pretty accustomed to with, the years of Dean Smith and Roy Williams and so forth. He kind of would bring that hard-nosed look to the program, and I think he's a good coach. But of the 4, I think Scott Drew has served his time. I think he's kind of washed up at Baylor. To be honest with you, they've struggled the last few years. McCasland is very similar. I think McCasland's very similar to Byington, and so either of those I think would make a great coach. I don't know that they're a North Carolina coach. Is the difference?
That's called a unexpected tickle.
Yeah.
So
gotta love
all right.
those.
No, I don't. So. But anyway, so there you go.
I don't want to sit here and feel like I'm rambling, but it's just those jobs, and we just kind of went through it as a fan base with Kentucky. Pope came in late. That whole deal was, Calipari stepped away late. They hired Pope late. He had 2 months to build a roster in his first season, and did pretty well. As far as that goes, and that's. The name helps that. The name of a program will help that. And Carolina will be okay. If they have to wait, if they're a week behind, they're going to be okay as far as getting guys. But it's just those jobs are they're just a juggernaut. I mean, they're tough.
They are tough, and there's a lot of money and a lot of pressure comes with them. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll get this fixed. Right after this, don't go away.
Tom Taylor Sports Show got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide, and we've implemented it with hard work behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now
Yes.
at all locations. Our locations are?
They are in Roe Mountain. They are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office. And then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
Social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or bemycu.org.
And the magic main number is?
423-547-1200.
Brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union. Proud sponsor of the Tom Daly Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Tom Daly Sports Show, graduation, Mother's Day. What do you got for us here from the Jeweler's Bench?
We have lots of stuff, Tom. We've got Pandora, we have watches, we have E. Newton, pearls, diamonds, diamond earrings, you name it. We got it.
Yep. Birthstones.
Birthstones.
Year-round birthstones, of course. Pearls, you mentioned watches. So they run the gamut, graduation, guys and girls, and certainly for Mother's Day. Liberal layaway policy. Tell us about your layaway policy.
So put it in layaway, make a down payment, and then as long as you're making a monthly payment, we give you typically as long as you need.
So graduations, Mother's Day, right around the corner. Stop by here. Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
And how do we find you on social media?
Facebook and Instagram, and then website is jewelersbench10.com.
And the phone number is 423
542-5600.
There you go. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports. Tom Daly Sports Show, your jewelry needs for Mother's Day and graduation right here at the Jeweler's Bench in Elizabethton. He prayed over me. He cured me. He healed me.
Yeah.
No. I get these tickles. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Don't want to do it, but it takes. Anyway, we're done. I'm not going to belabor the point. Thank you for being patient. I hate this, but nothing I can do about it till it goes away. In closing in our segment, we've got, I think it's going to happen. They keep talking about it, and I think it's a done deal.
Yeah.
They're going to go to 76 teams, March Madness. So, I mean, you're talking now, you go to 76. The NIT's gone, I would think, or the college basketball crown. These two other tournaments would be in jeopardy because 76 teams will probably take up most of the teams, I would think, with winning records, wouldn't you think?
I would think, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And see, part of the problem is because, see, who said no to the NIT? Virginia Tech, San Diego State. There were several schools that said we ain't going. It's a slap. Really, they said it's a slap to our face to go to the NIT. Okay, so and I can see that, but I also see the kids still get a chance to play.
Yeah.
So I see it both ways, but NIT would be in trouble, wouldn't you think, in the CBC?
It would have to be, and I think conference tournaments are going to be in trouble too.
Well, yeah. You set the regular season, and in the regular season, you go right to the March Madness.
Think about a team that has to play the play-in games for a conference tournament. Say they go on a run.
Yep.
You got 5 games in a conference tournament if you survive and play into the weekend, and then you go the next week, and if you say you're not a lock, but you get on a roll and you get selected because of your conference tournament appearance. Well, now you've played 4 games one week, and you turn around and the 24 teams have to play a play-in game, or they'll call it a first round. So now you're looking at playing a minimum, 4 more games the next week on the first week of the tournament.
So Seton Hall, Virginia Tech, Belmont, and San Diego State all said we ain't going to the NIT. Auburn did and ended up winning it over Tulsa. And then West Virginia won the college basketball crown, which is the tournament in Vegas. They beat Stanford. I don't know that for sure, but I know that West Virginia won it. Talking about West Virginia for me is like you talking about
Louisville.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we bleed green and white on this show. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, so the point is 76 teams. They keep kicking around. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
I think it'll
So
have
what's
to.
that? 24
first-round games.
24 first-round games.
Yeah.
So
or 24 teams. 24 first-round teams.
12 first-round games,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. 12 first-round games.
So they're going to vote on it. If they reach this point, they're going to do it. I just tell you. So, and it's all about this. They understand. You know, for 2 weeks, this country was almost on a standstill. I mean, it's all you. You go around anybody and say, "Have you done your bracket? Have you done?" I mean, that's all they've talked about. We got a war going on in Iran, in the Middle East, and all you heard about was, "Have you done your bracket?" So they understand it's big money, it's big talk, big business, and why would you not? The public, I think, would jump on it. I mean, it's not like they're going to buck it.
No, I don't think so either. It's more basketball.
More basketball. That's it.
Yeah, and you know, the question I would have would be, is it going to push the whole tournament out a week, or are they going to play those first round games still on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then go into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, first weekend? Or are they going to just, you know what I mean?
I'd say they back it up and play that weekend.
Just play the first
weekend
just
instead
play
of
the
Monday
first
night.
week.
Yeah, because they're going to eliminate the conference tournaments. I mean,
I think they'll have to, honestly, because I can see coaches saying, I'm not putting my team through that, you know, to try to win a national championship. You know, you got to play 3 or 4 games one week, turn around and play 3 or 4 the next week. That's brutal. I don't care if they're 18 years old, it's brutal.
Yeah.
And so
coming after a 25 or 30 game season.
Yeah, I just don't, you know, and the same, you know, this carries over into football as well. They expand this, you know, are they going to do away with conference championships? They're going to cut down on season schedule? No, they're going to expand it.
Yeah.
You know, so at some point, I think we're going to see such a shift in college sports. There's going to become a players' union. There's going to become a coaches' union. There's going to become the collective bargaining is going to have to meet at the table at some point, because players are going to say, look, we're still striving to play professional sports, and now you're putting us in danger.
Yeah.
And so I think there's going to, at some point, between between tournament expansion, NIL, unlimited transfers, and transfer portal, all 4 of those things are going to have to come to a table eventually, or it's going to it's just going to explode. There's no way it's all going to stay this course, because eventually players are going to revolt, coaches are just going to quit, conferences are going to fold, and which means the NCAA would fold, and so, you know, this is all going to have to come to a collective bargaining agreement, and you hate to see it, but at this point, having a players' union and a coaches' union is probably warranted, to be honest with you, because now, I mean, universities are even hiring GMs and so forth, and so it's already taken the look of professional sports and professional programs, and so
absolutely,
you know, why not go ahead and bring the attorneys and the unions in, and it's just to try to sit down and figure it out. You know, we were talking about Calipari earlier. I agree with his philosophy. You know, you've got one transfer. He said, and I agree. I don't care if a kid makes money. Now, I think we're giving them too much money, but I do have a problem with transfers, unlimited transfers. I think they get 5 years to get in their eligibility with one transfer, and I don't care how much money they make. And that, in and of itself, will cut down on a lot of this mess, if they just would go along with that.
Yeah, because in one transfer, I mean, everybody makes mistakes. You know,
yeah.
Academically or
leaves,
athletically.
Coach leaves, family dilemmas, you know, whatever. I mean, things happen, life happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so one transfer without any penalty, you know, and so they're going to have to do something. If they don't, this thing, it cannot sustain the way that it's going right now.
No. That's why Trump had that big meeting back in March at the White House, trying to get people online to try and come up with some kind of governing body or something to kind of put some guardrails in place for college athletics.
That's where these unions I'm talking about will come in. Go ahead and hire, the proper channels on all sides, from universities to coaches to players, and then come together with a collective bargaining agreement, and that's the way it's going to have to be. And if they don't like it, they can go play overseas for a year or whatever, and that may be what happens if they put this together. But I'd rather that happen as to continue down the road that we are, because, to be honest, it's getting hard to watch. You can't. You're the team that you pulled for. Maybe you've pulled for 30, 40 years. It's not the same team. The game looks different. Players get paid regardless, so they don't care if they got to sit out. They don't care what name's on the front of their jersey. They could care less. And so it's getting harder and harder to watch with the direction that it's going right now.
The new motto in college athletics is, show me the money.
Show me the money, yeah.
All right. Here we go again. I'm going to go through this again. So,
appreciate it.
See you next week, sir.
All right.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Good stuff. Gary Rowe talking a little hoops. We'll come back and close it out after this from Physical Therapy Services.
Talking to Dr. Justin Smith, one of our great sponsors here at the Tom Dillon Sports Show, Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. A lot of them out there. What do you feel like separates Physical Therapy Services from all the competition?
Well, number one is that we're local. The money that you spend with us stays here. Mm-hmm. This is not a large corporate venture that your money goes to Florida or Miami or up to Chicago or wherever. We are a true mom and pop facility. We pride ourselves on that, number one. Number two, we don't have a bunch of higher-ups, VPs, multiple presidents that we have to end up making a bunch of profit to be able to pad their pockets. The money that we make in Physical Therapy Services, we reinvest back into the community. So that's why we have our Class 4 laser, we have our Ultra G, we have all the equipment that nobody else in the area has. And we can provide services and for the people of Elizabethton, of Carter County, Roan Mountain, Hampton, Stony Creek, Mountain City, Johnson City. That's why we have people from all over the area that flock to our facility, because they know they're going to get the best care, the state-of-the-art care with the most state-of-the-art equipment.
It's awesome. Can't top that, folks. Great sponsor of the Tom Dillon Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports. The great folks at Physical Therapy Services.
And back to the Tom Dillon Sports Show. It's going to do it. Thanks, Gary, stopping by. We're going to close her down and come back and regroup. Be ready to bring you Cyclone Baseball, 4:45 against University High. Again, with audio and video. First pitch at 5 o'clock. We'll see you then. Let's close it with the verse of the day. We always dedicate our show. We meant to do it at the beginning. The man hung on the cross. It's his show. It's his life. It's his world. We're just passing through it. If you think otherwise, then you're sadly mistaken. So, here we go. Verse of the day goes like this. It says, all of our trials are passing in nature for a season and for a reason. We don't want to make the mistake of thinking our circumstances will never change or they will destroy us, because God is with us. We don't have to give in. We don't have to sink below or become defeated in our troubles and our trials. It's good. We can face them, confront them, face them, and defeat them, because our all-sufficient God is with us. The verse today of Psalms 91:5 says, He will call on me. I will answer. The Lord says He will call on me, and I will answer Him. I will be with Him in trouble. I will deliver Him and honor Him. That's your verse, Psalms 91:5. I'm sorry, Psalms 91:15. 91:15. The Lord says He will call on me, and I will answer Him. I will be with Him in trouble. I will deliver Him and honor Him. Thank you, Lord Jesus. You're there to help us in every situation we will face. That's a good way to end it. Back again at 4:45 with Cyclone Baseball. Thanking Gary Rowe, thanking Randy and Leslie Broccoli, thanking Whitney Blevins, thanking Leda Martinez, and Lynn Huff being with us on the show. And let's see, did I get everybody? I think I did. And so, thank you for being patient. I hate my voice is messed up and took a coughing jangle in the ear. Nothing I can do about it. I promise you. If I didn't. But it is what it is. And so we'll truck on. Again,
remembering the folks we lost this weekend, remembering Cecil Nelson from Langerfield Drug Center, remembering Kathy Smith, the mama of Justin and Tracy from Physical Therapy Services, and of course the family of Dan Britt, Big Dan's Barbecue. They buried him again on Saturday. So back with you at 4:45 Cyclone Baseball. Until then, we'll say as always, bloom where you planted and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2474 today of Elizabeth and Chick-fil-A of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back at 4:45.